From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Afternoon Edition.
Right now on the Afternoon Edition, rain returns to the Bay Area. We're seeing scattered showers and brief downpours from the North Bay to the south. Check out these time lapses from Alert, California in just the last hour, from Sugarloaf Ridge just south of Napa to further south. A similar picture of rain falling in the Cupertino Hills. Good afternoon, I'm Elizabeth Cook. Those scattered showers means umbrellas were spotted on the streets of San Francisco. You can see folks bundled up trying to stay dry as light rain was falling just a short time ago. And let's go ahead and take a live look outside on this rare sight in June. Those dark clouds hanging around as we watch for the threat of thunderstorms this afternoon. Let's get to First Alert meteorologist Darren Peck with more on this kind of wacky weather day.
Going to go straight to First Alert Doppler right now, Liz, because we've got showers that have been moving through the bay, and they've been pretty much lighting up through the North Bay over the last few hours. We'll leave behind the view of the static imagery just so I can get the picture on here of how the storms are moving across the North Bay at this point. It's been fairly steady. We've had a pretty good run of light rain, and we haven't seen the thunderstorms develop right over the bay, but we did have an impressive complex just off of the coast. That was this morning between about 7 a.m. and 9. If that had been just 40 miles east, it would have been a totally different kind of morning here. But not to downplay the rain that we do have. The time lapses were impressive, but it's raining now, going right across much of the North Bay, southern edge of Napa, Marin, and Sonoma. That line of rain, we're going to watch that to see if any of that does build into deeper convection and provide some thunderstorms. But for right now, we're just seeing the rain on it. You're going to have slick roads in the North Bay. And we can watch it on the Futurecast as that band continues to move off towards the west. So we're still in the time frame here for the highest chance where we could see some isolated thunderstorms today. We've been bracketing late morning and early afternoon. We're now going into the early afternoon phase. We've had our share for the late morning. Now we've got to get through the next several hours of the early afternoon with the possibility for thunderstorms. San Mateo off in the distance. This is from the camera on top of the Salesforce Tower. 61 degrees in San Mateo right now. The other thing that we've noticed with this pattern, in addition to the possibility for rain, temperatures have really come down. And if we look at where we're going for daytime highs today in San Mateo, the numbers are only going to the upper 60s. Welcome back to average. You'd been making it up into the lower 70s over part of the weekend when we had a nice little warm up. The numbers are not going to change now. For the next 7 days, this is where the temperatures will stay for daytime highs. The real focus is still this. We're going to watch for that chance for thunderstorms. More on the high-resolution Futurecast and the complete forecast. I'll show you what may happen as we go through the afternoon in more detail, and we'll look ahead to next weekend. See you in a bit. Liz, back to you.
Oh, we're looking forward to the weekend. Thank you, Darren. Well, all day we'll continue to track the latest round of rain and those thunderstorms. For your complete First Alert weather coverage, just head to our website, kpix.com. Turning now to some of our other top stories. In just a few hours, the man accused in a deadly South Bay rampage will be arraigned. Police say Kevin Parkerana stabbed and intentionally ran over people in San Jose and Milpitas last week. 3 died and several others were hurt. Parkerana has a number of felony and misdemeanor convictions already. Right now, he's being held without bail.
3 years later. 3 years later. Say his name.
It's been 3 years to the day that the unarmed Eric Salgado was shot by CHP officers in Oakland. Today, his family held a rally demanding Alameda County DA Pamela Price reopen the investigation into his death. The 23-year-old was shot and killed by 3 members of CHP's auto theft task force in June of 2020. His pregnant girlfriend in the passenger seat was also injured. In April, his family denounced a report from the DA saying there was not enough evidence to prosecute the officers. Today, they refuse to give up the fight for justice.
As long as I am alive and breathing, I don't care if it takes 10 years. They stole something from me that will never, ever be filled. My brother, I love so much.
Speakers called on DA Pamela Price to honor her campaign commitment to reopen cases. They also asked for a meeting with State Attorney General Rob Bonta. Now to a very disturbing story in the East Bay. A woman and 2 children were found dead in an apartment, and police are trying to figure out what happened. Police found the bodies around 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon at the Victoria Park Apartments in Fremont on Inglewood Common. Betty Hughes spoke to neighbors trying to wrap their heads around this heartbreaking discovery.
A group of people appeared somber as they gathered on the steps of the Victoria Park Apartments on Inglewood Common in Fremont's Irvington neighborhood. Crime tapes sealed off an apartment where police say a woman and 2 children were found dead inside. Police cars sat outside the apartment for much of the day.
This is tragic. This is children.
Well, yeah. Baby. They said they were 1 year old and 7.
Is that right?
Yeah, 1 and 7. So now, we have to mourn the loss of people we don't know and that poor mother who just felt destitute.
Neighbor Allie Carroll saw police activity around 1 p.m. While detectives investigate the circumstances, police said there were no known threats to the community.
I'm sick to my stomach. Makes your tummy hurt, huh? Little babies. And we need to have more mental health. We need more mental health in California.
Poppy Hedman didn't know the victims. She rode her bike by the complex to bring flowers from her garden.
Well, I walk my dog past here all the time, and I just got home and I saw the news, and it just seemed like the right thing to do. It's just neighbors, you know. It's just sad.
Police are asking for anyone who lives nearby with home security cameras to give them a call. Now to a developing story, the growing outrage in California as a second flight of migrants arrived at the state capitol, and state officials say Florida is behind it. The Attorney General is looking into if crimes like kidnapping were committed. Yesterday's flight carried 20 migrants to Sacramento. While it's not known where they were from, a coalition of groups say the city will welcome them with open arms.
And so when you think about our new neighbors, I want you to picture young people full of energy, young people that walk for 7 months to say, I want to have that American dream because my family deserves a better life.
The state of Florida and Governor Ron DeSantis have not responded to requests for comment.